everybody! Anime Reflux, yay! I'm kind of sleepy, and it's the 4th of July that we're recording this on, and um,
That means nothing to you.
it means absolutely nothing to me, but you know, it's a thing that exists.
Uh-huh.
Um, Happy telling Britain to fuck off after they paid for your war day, I suppose. You know.
Whatever. You thought it was important enough to fight, so don't blame me or us.
Mm.
You guys were the ones who wouldn't give us fair representation.
I'm not talking about that.
Okay, let's not get into this because this is going to go deep. And well, frankly, both me and Weasel are both too tired for this.
And I'm a minor in history, damn it. I can do this all day.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't go well for me, unfortunately. Despite how I'm clearly in the right. So what the fuck was this show called?
Anime Reflux, asshole.
No, not that one. The thing we're supposed to be reviewing.
I can't say it.
Okay, hang on. It's
Kemono no Souja Erin. Oh yeah, Kemono no Souja Erin.
Okay.
And I just can't help thinking of Soldier Boy.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Yay, patient! We literally just started. Patient's back, everybody!
Patient!
Yay.
Our little Blue Rose Dragon cinnamon roll.
I thought that it started an hour ago.
No, Zero asked that we move it an hour later because he is a sleepy boy, is what he is. So, of course, he hasn't been on for the past 2 weeks, but that's, neither here nor there.
That's rather fortunate, then.
So, I literally already forgotten the name and we just talked about it. It's Kemono no Souja Erin is the thing that we watched. And wow, it's kind of a piece of shit. I'm just gonna drop that right at the top here. I kind of hated this one. Anyone generally disagree with me?
It was nothing to me. I expected nothing coming in, and that's what I got. Nothing.
You got exactly what you expected.
Patient?
I didn't get a chance to watch it, I'm afraid. I mean, I can probably refresh myself in a matter of a few minutes, but I've mainly been keeping up with the random through the podcasts, through the episodes that you publish on YouTube, and those are a week behind. I neglected to double check on this week's random. I suppose I was sort of...
That's fair enough, but you're here for this one, which means you'll be here for the choosing of the next one, so it's fine.
Yeah. So it's you said Kemono no Souja Erin?
That's the one.
All right. Let me just give a... I can at least look up the summary of the first episode so that I can be somewhat on the same page here.
So, this show, I watched this, I'll say last night, but it was actually technically this morning, at about 8 a.m. before I went to bed. That was kind of a mistake, because it kind of put me to sleep rather than entertain. It literally started. I have a theory that this show aired somewhat towards the nighttime, like let's say around 8 o'clock, maybe 9, just sort of around kids' bedtime sort of time, so that they would watch this show and be made sleepy by it. I'm pretty sure there was a point in the show that was literally a lullaby.
Yeah. There was.
Kenshi, did you say that the one thing you hate more than anything in anime is boringness?
Yeah. This was boring, but I expected it to be boring. So
Yeah.
can't.
Also, I just realized, is your Discord icon a hyena?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the tattoo that he got. Like, God, when did you get that? It was like episode 100, wasn't it?
It was the video podcast.
It was
Why
a
a
while
hyena?
ago.
Yeah.
Because hyenas are cool.
It was either 151 or 152.
I mean, hyenas are quite cool. They have a very interesting female-led society going on.
Yeah, hyenas are cool, and everyone always gets wolves and lions and shit. So it was like, why do I want one of those? So I got a hyena. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah,
thing
sorry.
is you don't laugh enough, Kenshi.
Yeah. So, the first episode of the show, I'm gonna struggle my way through remembering what happens in it. But the first thing that happens is we get the backstory of the Queen, a character that plays basically no part in anything in this episode, so introducing her this early was kind of pointless. So she's the Queen, and she was descended from a guy that I think it was called Jay, who was God.
Apparently.
Yeah, so, you know, we have the classic myth of royalty descended from the gods. That's, you know, a pretty standard fare thing for, especially in Eastern cultures. That's a big thing that they're into. So that's a thing, and then we see the Queen talking to a dude, and they're talking about a war, and as long as they have the Toda and Duke what's-his-name, then they can't lose. Battle happens, and then giant lizard cavalry appear on the battlefield and wreck shop in mildly interesting but not especially interesting animation style.
Yeah, they Trojan horse this. They Trojan horse this show with this shit. By the way,
I don't know what that particular phrase means. You gonna?
they tried to Trojan horse an action scene into the show.
They seem to be trying to trick you into thinking it was better than it was with an action scene.
Yeah, I tried to trick you into thinking it was going to be more exciting than it was.
Yeah. So it introduces that, and then we go to a village, and you know there is a girl. She has green eyes, and she has a mum that has green eyes. And apparently the mum looks after lizards, the giant lizard things. And it introduces some weird gender politics thing in there that is not commented on in one way or another. Then, God, what happened after that? This was about the point where I started just sort of drifting a little bit.
Then one of the lizard things went nuts. And then the mom stopped it with like a whistle thingy,
Right,
like
yeah.
a dog whistle for lizards.
Yeah, it was like a giant lizard that they brought back from the war, and it was injured, and it was like so she just uses a dog whistle, and it calms down.
Well, that was easy. That
Yeah.
de-escalated quickly.
Indeed.
Yeah, this woman's job is apparently very, very easy. Well, I say that. So she sorts that out and gives them instructions on how to calm it down and keep it calm and treat its injuries and ailments. Then the little girl, who is Erin, she runs across this dude who is very eager to put his baby giant lizard thing. It's called a Toda, by the way, which is a little confusing because it sounds just toad. But he's super eager to put his baby thing in the water with the rest of the giant lizards, which is apparently a bad thing. They spend a lot of time establishing very clearly how you're supposed to take of giant, you know, imaginary lizards. Like a lot of time. Like a lot of time.
An uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah. So Erin confronts the dude and says, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, that's not a good thing." because my mommy said so. And he's like, fuck off, kid. And then the mum shows up, and she's like, all right, but make sure you do this, this, and this when you do it. And he's like, all right. And then we get introduced to, well, we had a little bit of gender politics, and now we're getting, racial politics, apparently, because she's from this special group of people, and they don't like her because of that or something.
Are we sure this is for kids?
Yeah, because while it brings these issues up, it doesn't actually deal with them in any way whatsoever. At least not in the first episode. So, after that, they, next day comes, basically, the mum's busy at night taking care of the things, the giant lizards, and the kid goes to bed, and it's all cute and stuff. Then the next day, the baby lizard has gone missing. And there is some ominous talk of, oh, we made an agreement and you will have to abide by our code if the baby lizard is gone. And the mum is like, shit. We don't know what this code is. It doesn't establish that in the slightest. Just that if something goes, literally anything goes wrong with the lizards, she will be blamed for it and bad things will happen. So, that seems fair. So everyone's freaking out, trying to find the baby lizard that has gone missing. And the kids, Erin and her two little friends, sneak into the place where the giant lizards are kept to try and find the baby lizard. And they go down into one of the drain pools where they live. It's a little lake that they drain out so that, they can search for the baby. And Erin figures out that the dude that was being pissy about the baby lizard didn't do one of the things he was supposed to do, and that the baby lizard was hiding. So she goes into one of the little hidey holes and finds it and brings it out and gets it to the other kids. But she's still in the pool, the drain pool, and one of the giant lizards from the war decides to just strut its way into the area and goes to murder her.
As you do, as a giant lizard.
Casey.
Am I missing anything?
Casey.
Yeah.
He's listening.
Say baby lizard again.
Baby lizard? I don't
I
know
don't
what
get
I'm
it.
doing, but Weasel likes it, so I'm okay with it. So, yeah, the giant lizard thing is like, I'm gonna kill you, and just claw, and
As they do.
yeah, and then the mum shows up and blows the whistle, and it plays
Paralyzes
dead,
it.
basically, is what it does. Yeah, so, we found the baby thing, it's the little girl, and the mum's like, oh, cool, and then
Don't do that shit again.
Yeah, the dickhead is like, he gets a tongue lashing for not doing the thing that he was supposed to do and then trying to blame her for it. And that's basically the end of the episode. Roll credits.
Yeah. Roll them credits.
So, I looked up more general details of the episode while listening to your description. Apparently, the main plot doesn't start until episode 7 or 8 or something.
Holy shit.
How are you making 7 episodes of this?
They apparently go
nothing.
really in depth on how to take care of these fake fucking lizards, is what happens. Good God.
Well, they made all this lore, and they really, really want to show it off.
Well, lore is only important if it comes into play. I really doubt that everything they're going to teach us about how to take care of your giant lizard is going
Yeah,
to be.
you need to make sure that you get the right kind of straw for them, apparently, and that...
This shitty anime presents How to Train Your Lizard.
Well, maybe they're setting up some Chekhov's guns for further down the line. I mean, it does seem to get more interesting and in depth for the few episodes before the plot really takes off.
Well,
Here's the thing. For a Chekhov's gun to work, by the way, people, I know tropes are fairly mainstream at this point, but Chekhov's gun is the thing of if there is a gun shown on the mantelpiece in the first act, then it should be fired in the third act, is the mantra. It's a conservation of detail thing. If you show a thing, then you use the thing later. That's how it's supposed to work. That's fine. But the thing is, you need to keep the story interesting enough until the Chekhov's gun fires that people actually care when it fires.
You have a point, yes. And I suppose that at the beginning here, it's more with... It does seem to be more targeted towards a younger audience with the plot at first, but that goes away in a hurry once the real plot picks up. Apparently, this was based on a novel series. Light novel series.
As most anime are these days.
This, I looked it up actually, this was 2009, but yeah.
2009 was when it ended, started in 2006.
Light novels aren't exactly the pinnacle of literature.
Not really, no. There are some good ones, and usually it's the better ones that get the anime adaptations for obvious reasons, but sometimes...
Yeah, not the ones that a guy turns into a vending machine. Zero.
Well, I mean, this one does seem to employ an interesting, if somewhat overdone, plot line once it actually gets started. Spoilers for anyone who's listening if they want to mute this for a few seconds.
Yeah, we gave this such a ringing recommendation that people are just going to be flocking in droves to watch this thing.
Well,
Sorry.
Apparently the plot that they decide to employ for the final, when the plot takes off, is usurper.
Okay.
I don't have 7 episodes to invest into that.
No.
Huh.
Okay. Rephrase. 7 episodes to invest until that even becomes something that's on the horizon.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch it fully, so... just talking in circles at this point, it seems. Have we more to say?
I mean, largely, I've got nothing. I mean, like I say, it seems almost designed to put people to sleep at this point, at least this early in the show. Which, you know, that show has a place. That kind of show has a place, certainly. There are shows like that in Western territories that are meant to be very low key and just kind of lulling the viewer into an appropriate sleep-like state before they actually go to sleep. Doesn't make for especially entertaining viewing, but you know, whatever. You got anything else to say?
Not I.
Yeah, nah. Nothing I can think of. Kind of got the point here. I mean, they're just lizards. They're not even cool lizards. They're just big lizards. Like,
Yeah.
I can go find big lizards now, like here, where I am.
Hee big lizard in my pants.
I mean,
Please be quiet, Weasel.
I'm
Can't you roll?
Sorry.
sure, we can go with that, but I meant actual reptilian lizards.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
You really
So
Roll, Kenji, roll.
one other thing that I felt like I should mention, that almost slipped my mind because everything else was so, much more interesting in how boring it was. Paradoxically, the intro is actually a song I know because it's by Sakima Switch, and I have like all of their albums, and it fit not at all with the opening of the show. Like it was comical how that sound, the song didn't match with what was on screen at all in any way, shape, or form. It was weird. Yeah.
Is it like Death Parade where the opening is all cheery and happy, and then the actual series is as dark as fuck?
I don't. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't even know what the song's called because they're not especially enamored with the English language. So all of their song titles are either like the versions that I have are either in Romaji, English, or kanji. I don't understand any of those.
Translate that shit.
Like the only song that I can actually name the title of is because it's in English and it's Smokin' Laney Blues. Guess what that's supposed to be?
Your mama.
Yeah. So
Weasel.
not the best grasp on the English language, and they don't especially care. So that's fine. They by the way, they also did the third opening Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, cool.
They're a decent, very, it's not a rock band. It's kind of a jazz thing more than anything else. But, yeah, they didn't fit this opening at all. I don't know why they chose that. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna roll the thing.
Yeah. Shut up. All right,
That's right.
here we go. RNGs. 9.
9. I
am Groot.
33.
Just 33. Wow. All right. And we get 9.
Twice in a row. Interesting. All right, the winner is. This looks interesting. Ikoku Meru no Crosse. Crosse in a foreign labyrinth.
Oh God.
I take it you're familiar?
No, I'm not. This does not look like my cup of tea whatsoever.
The story takes place in the second half of the 19th century as Japanese culture gains popularity in the West. A young Japanese girl, Yune, accompanies a French traveler, Oscar, on his journey back to France, and offers to help. Yeah, Oscar offers to help at the family's iron workshop in Paris. Oscar's nephew and shop owner Claude reluctantly accepts to take care of Yune, and we learn how these two, who have so little in common, get to understand each other and live together in the Paris of the 1800s. So
it's a slice of life.
It's a slice of life, fish out of water kind of story, I think.
That's a period piece too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hate this already. I'm already fully aware of this.
Because it sounds like a shoujo.
That, and it's a historical piece, which means it's gonna be rife with inaccuracies, which would irk me.
It's a historical piece in another country, so it's going to be rife with incredible inaccuracies.
Yep.
Just look at the art. It looks shoujo as fuck.
This might literally end up. I don't know what Japanese stereotypes of France are.
Well, for one, they're supposed to be all really good cooks.
You're gonna find out today, friend.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of interested to find out what they think the French are.
I guarantee you that the Japanese will be spoken with a heavy French accent, which I can't wait to hear. So that is at least one plus.
I want to know
what that
I've
sounds
seen
like.
some anime that involved foreign characters that didn't speak any accent, even in Japanese. Like Infinite Stratus.
Patient. That's disappointing.
Doesn't use the location much, and dramatic moments of... we shouldn't read someone else's review as part of our review. That's kind of tainting our opinions of it a little bit.
I was still reading it.
Yeah, the point of the show is to form our own impressions after watching the first episode, so it kind of defeats the purpose reading someone else's.
I only read the first sentence.
So, yeah, okay. Period piece in, what was it, 19th century? Yeah,
Yes.
19th century France.
We're never going to get a unanimous veto.
19th
It's
century.
never going to happen.
Wait. Is this going to deal with Napoleon?
No.
Yeah, you're probably right. That'd be too interesting.
Maybe Napoleon III, because that's when Japan was exposed to the West, like in the 1860s.
That's not true at all. Japanese were dealing with the West during the Sengoku period, I believe.
They kind of cut themselves off for a long ass time.
Oh.
The main character's a little girl. I'm afraid because Japan.
All right.
Also because 18th century France, but yes, okay. Yeah, that was a thing back then, so,
Leave the children alone, Japanese media.
people died in
Right
their
then.
30s. It's not as weird in the 18th century, 18th, 19th century, when people died in their 30s and everything was miserable. You had kids young or you didn't have kids was the rule of thumb. So, yeah, that's the thing that we're going to be doing next week, and that's going to be... I hope it's interesting. This week wasn't interesting. We didn't really expect it to be interesting. This one has something... It has like a premise that could be cool. It could be cool. I'm not saying it's going to be cool.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Don't quote Game of Thrones at me. Alright.
He's hardly a summer child. He's more of a winter child.
You're my sweet silver child. I don't know.
I was born in February.
Yes,
So-
February's winter.
Yeah. Alright. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, ha, ha. Bubba de
I'm
boop.
still
It's
like sunning everyone.
what I'm expecting out of this series.
Oh god, this is gonna be bad. We're gonna get Kenshi's French impressions for the entire thing.
Hell yeah.
Oh god, and Zero's gonna be back next week. It's gonna be... Oh god, no.
Casey, I will find your pain delicious.
I need to make a note right now. Do French accent. Do Phony Baloney French accent.
No. No. No.
Casey, why did you say it out loud?
I was gonna
I
do it.
say
Anyway.
things out loud. I run talk shows, okay? This is the thing that I do. I say things and then they happen. And... Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.